In our last video, we built a spreadsheet to import into the I/O device manager. Now let's see exactly how our devices are managed. I've already opened the I/O device manager, and as you'd expect, I'll click on Import Devices from CSV. At the top, I'll click the folder icon to select my CSV file, which I've put in my project folder. The Open button allows me to quickly open and modify my spreadsheet if I need to make changes, which is quite likely. I can also change the path to my equipment.profiles, but I'd recommend leaving this at the default, which is in my project folder. To the right, I have the same three functions as in the wizard: add devices, update devices, and remove devices. Before I click these, however, I absolutely need to validate the file. This reads the file and prints error messages without actually performing the action. It's a dry run. On the off chance that everything is correct, I'll see this message at the top: data is valid. Now I can add devices, the window tells me the devices were added correctly, and I'm done. Update and remove work exactly the same way. However, let's take some time to look at common issues. To begin, I have some warnings, and the first one is actually a tool for you. The I/O device manager only processes the spreadsheet down to the first blank line. This means if I don't want to remove all my devices, I can put the ones I want to keep below a blank line. Also, the format below the blank line doesn't matter. I can put my own notes at the bottom, which is helpful to indicate that I've made manual changes to the devices. Another useful warning is that in an add operation, the I/O device manager won't overwrite devices already in the project. If you need to modify some devices in your spreadsheet to get them to add, you don't have to worry about moving the existing devices below a blank line. Just click Add again. As for the most common errors, the I/O device manager is fairly clear on what the issues are, so be sure you read the log. If you have the spreadsheet open in the background, the manager won't be able to read it, and you'll be told to close it. If you mistype a profile or the fields have illegal characters, the log will tell you this. My advice here is to simply read the log, correct any errors, and be sure you understand the warnings so you either correct or ignore them. The spreadsheet also serves another purpose. As long as you don't make manual changes to the databases, this is a good record of what's been added to my project. If management or IT wants to know what devices I'm talking to, I can just send this list. On that note, let me remind you of what we discussed in updating profiles. If you need to change a name, profile, or IP address, I recommend you remove the device, update the spreadsheet, and re-add them to maintain consistency. With that, I've built out my device databases. There are a few more advanced topics we may look at, but I think it's time to compile, run, and start building graphics. Until then, thank you.